following is a presentation of GRS TV.
We set the bar high, on top 'cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot. We set the bar high, on top 'cause we so fly. Name in the bright lights, looking like a star shot. We set the bar high.
Coming off of their biggest win of the year, the Garland Owls hope to remain the only undefeated team in 9-6A play. From Williams Stadium in Garland, Texas, thanks so much for being with us tonight. My name is Scott Garner, joined alongside Bobby George tonight. What a matchup tonight. Not quite as good as what we saw last week on paper. Sachse and Garland, the two top teams in this district, matching up. Garland proves victorious, 54-41 the final. And Sergio Perez showing everyone in that game, Bobby, why he's the #2 quarterback in the area. He threw for 323 yards, completed 20 of 24 passes. He was incredible, tossing 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, 83%, I would say. I mean, just incredible night. And he was playing against a great team. Probably what we were thinking was probably the best team in the district against Sachse. 83%. Again, 6 touchdowns. He also rushed for a touchdown. So together with that was 7 touchdowns. What an amazing performance. But not due out. You know, he had some great help. Jordan Hudson, Ellis Rogers, Charles Allen, Aaron King, they all had an incredible day. Jay Sean Powers, Keontae King as the running backs. The whole team played well. They had over 500 total yards.
They did. North Garland 4-3. They're 1-3 in district competition. They're young. They'll get the football first tonight. Garland wins the toss. They have elected to defer, so the Raiders will have it. They've got over 20 sophomores on this roster. They've lost 2 in a row, 3 of their last 4. They'll try to get the wheels back on tonight. And we are underway from Williams Stadium tonight. Happy to have you along on GRS TV. Aaron King with the opening kickoff return across the 30. And Isaiah DeLeon close to the 35-yard line. And that is where the Raiders will have it. Under God's power, Nawahi's direction. The guy that is a dual threat. He has thrown for 854 and rushed for 666.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's got to do. He's going to have to run the ball. It all goes through him, the entire offense. It goes through him. And again, what you said, they're a very young team. Over 20 sophomores on this team, including him. He's a sophomore. And his running back, Jordan Davis, also a sophomore.
And on 1st and 10, they'll give it to Jaden Davis. And Davis with a nice carry on 1st down, something that North Garland has struggled with this year, but they pick up 6.
That's what you want to do. I think you want to just go ahead and establish the run early. Get that offensive line there, a big offensive line. Just get those guys just working down there and get the ball. Now you got your second short. That's what you want. And
tough to run against this Garland defensive front. We saw their 2 technique. Jonathan Brown really highlighted last week. He had 10.5 tackles from his defensive tackle position, and he now has over 22 stops for the year. 2nd down and 4 for North Garland. And Nawahi going to try to hit the edge. He needs the 43. Little bit short as Chauncey Carter, the starting cornerback, generally a second teamer, getting the start tonight, held him short.
It's going to be hard to run outside against this Garland team. You can see how they just spread it out, and they're so fast they can chase him down. And Nawahi is super quick himself. Of course, he's a dual threat quarterback, just not able to get to that 1st down marker.
Dual threat and what they call a gem rat. And you see how North Garland comes out. They are multiple. They'll go with an H-back, and there's the defensive tackle right there. You had Brown, you had Alexander, Jalen Jones getting right after Jaden Davis, who tried to run straight ahead. Tackled at the line of scrimmage, and a flag came out.
Whew. That's powerful right there. It's like they knew where it was coming.
Officials tonight out of the Dallas chapter. Guy Redfern, our lead official tonight.
Right.
With Brad Ellis, the umpire. First infraction of the game. Snap's name in game featured over 10 penalties per side.
Dead ball, personal foul, hands to the face, number 7 defense, 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Wow, big one.
Big one. I mean, that was a huge stop right there, and you get a hands to the face on defense.
That is no bueno. And, you know, this North Garland team, they could use a little help. You know, they score 31 a game, give up that many, but they only rush for about 166, and they have struggled through the air, just 121 yards per game this year. They've got it 1st and 10 in Garland territory, and again, penetration for the Garland Owls. It is their staple. Karakamo, Jeremy Karakamo, the Mike linebacker, knifing in there, dropped him for a 3-yard loss.
You see all those white jerseys hitting everybody, but man, the black jerseys just look like they just came through like a knife. I mean, there was just, you got to stay on your block. And there's big Jonathan Brown right there. It's taken 2 guys to block him, so that's the scheme. It looks like they're going to try to double team him, but when you do that, you leave other guys available to make the tackle.
Jonathan Brown leading the district with 12 tackles for loss. That was number 13. He had 3 of those last week at a 2nd and 14. Nawahi again trying to get outside. Jonathan Brown setting the edge from his tackle spot. 2nd tackle for loss in a row. He and Tamarquez McNeil, who had a tackle and a half last week, bringing him down.
You just see it's just so much penetration. I mean, when you look up and you see all of the white jerseys, which are offensive linemen, turning and watching the play, you know it's bad.
Gonspauer Nawahi looking at 3rd and 17 here. And he's thrown 10 touchdowns, but 5 picks in 146 attempts. Shy of 860 yards through the air. Looked like the inside receiver jump. They won't call it. Going to flip it out into the flat to Davis, who is the running back, and he got tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Chauncey Carter with his 2nd stop. They'll mark him right at the line. That would have been 3 in a row had it been a yard further back.
Just watch number 55. He's down at the very bottom of your screen over the 2-tech. Look who comes in and makes that help tackle. Where is he coming from? It's unbelievable. He's chasing guys down all the way onto the outside.
We just saw Trey Alexander, their outside linebacker, who had a great game last week with 7 stops, 2 tackles for a loss. So this drive featuring a first down via the penalty, but North Garland going to have to punt. And this is to the sideline. It's a directional kick and it tight ropes. Got a decent roll out of it, so definitely a good result. Daniel Ortiz going to get right down the sideline.
So good defensive stands by Garland right there. I mean, outside of that big penalty for 15 yards, that's really all the yardage they gave up.
It is a very good defense, a defense that is limiting opponents to 16 points per game. They'll start from their own 21-yard line with 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Immediately, they'll go empty. Sergio Perez, 2nd best quarterback in the Metroplex. He's got man coverage on the edge, and he spots him. Undershot Powers, who makes the adjustment, and he's into Raider territory.
I mean, you see Jayshon Powers comes in motion, goes all the way outside, and then runs a streak down the sideline for the first play on offense. And that's about a 50-yard bomb in the air on the first play.
44 to be exact. Jayshon Powers, 17th catch. He's their star running back. They'll give it to him on the ground here. They want to try to use Powers' legs, but the North Garland Raiders have gotten better inside. Alexander Feiner, Richardson, and Smith, who sort of act as bookend defensive ends, have gotten better as this season's gone along.
Yeah, they clog it up right here. Just a very nice job. They all stand that offensive line up and just wait for the ball to come to them.
Sergio Perez seeing press coverage and man coverage now with a 1 high safety. Perez going to go deep. Going to go deep to the end zone, and it is dropped. Might have been slightly broken up. I think Ibarra got a hand on that ball as they again go deep against a very young secondary who seems really to have struggled the entire year. DeAndre Johnson was there in coverage as well. They tried to hit Hudson.
I mean, for him to roll out to the left like that and just flick the ball, I mean, it looked like he was just doing a little 10-yard pass. pass.
Yes.
And he threw a bomb in the air, almost 40 yards.
It's amazing. 73% completion percentage. He just tends to get better and better. Going to North Dakota, throwing a screen here on 3rd down and long, and it goes incomplete. They were all over it. Jay-Sean Powers, the intended target, as Kendrick Smith, the defensive end, snuffed it out.
Yeah, just a nice job. I mean, they could see what was going to happen here. They read that play the whole way, and Smith just stayed on him. Very nice job, because Smith is that defensive end, but, you know, he's also trying to rush the quarterback, and he was playing that one smart. He saw Powers come out and just stayed on him.
And how about Perez? Going to go for it on 4th down and 11. The Owls looking for a first, and they've got it. Fire it right to the sideline on a little comeback route, hitting Jordan Hudson, who had 7 catches last week. That will go for 13 and a first.
I think he's wearing all that green, yellow green, lime green, so that Sergio Perez can find him out there. Look at that. It's not hard to see him out there.
What a combination, though, Jordan Hudson and Ellis Rogers. Ellis Rogers had 9 catches, and here's Rogers inside the 10, looking for a first, and he's got it, a gain of 14.
It's a nice little flip pass out there, and it's basically a screen. He has his receivers out there making big blocks. That's why you pick up a quick 10.
First and goal from the 8. Fade, end zone. He's got it, and he's got the touchdown. Aaron King comes up with his 28th grab of the year, his 6th touchdown catch.
I mean, that was just a beautiful illustration of passing the ball. I mean, look at him, just new. He's passing with confidence. He's got his receivers. They're incredible. He went to all 4 of them in that drive and just spread the ball around to everybody. And just what confidence. That was a nice toss.
It was a real nice toss. It caps a 79-yard drive. And the PAT is perfect. So the Garland Owls, with 6:54 to go in the first, go 79 yards, and they do it on 8 plays. We'll take a break and continue. You're watching GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Homecoming for the Garland Owls tonight, as the Owls, the showcase of 9-6A so far at 7-0, looking to put another W in the win column. And they were hoping that tonight would not end up being what many refer to as a trap game.
I tell you, man, it's going to be hard to do a trap game after playing Saxe and beating them like that, and then homecoming, and it's like back to the glory days. I mean, look at the stands; they were just completely packed. It's like you're going to have to reserve seats to get in here before long.
Brown puts a foot into it. It's high and it's short, trying to negate a big return. And we see Taylor DeCorius across the 25. And he's tackled at around the 30. Garland with some work to do, giving up a touchdown on their opening defensive try. And the Raiders had a hard time moving the football on their first drive.
Well, they started out pretty good. They got up to almost a first down, and then that's about all they got on this thing. But I'm going to go back to this crowd that Garland's pulling in here. They're getting all the older generation people coming out to watch these guys. You know, when you start winning, people like to watch it, and they're coming out in big crowd tonight.
They like a winner, and I think they expected Garland to be good this year. Not sure that they expected him to be 7-0 at this point. God's Power Nawahi again trying to hit the edge, but he's finding more speed, giving ground, and a host of Owls get there. That is called gang tackling at its finest. Chase Biddle, the safety, got to him.
Yeah, God's Power is able to do that on a lot of teams, but, you know, the Owls, they are just so fast. Look at all of them coming in there, and you're just not going to outrun them to the outside. And doing that, you lose 10, 12 yards. You have to keep the ball going forward. You can't run side to side on this Owl defense.
2nd and 20 after the 10-yard loss. The 4-3 Raiders. They're 1-3. They don't win tonight. They'll drop to 1-4 in district. Gonna heave it deep. Going for a home run ball, and it's incomplete. Not even close there. Trying to hit Isaiah De Leon. Christian Cooper with great positioning from that cornerback position.
$5'10", 170 pounds. He played big right there. It was a big throw downfield, and he just shields his man out of bounds the whole way. Just no chance of him being able to make that play.
It's just a display of physicality that this Owls team has now become known for. Cooper using his strength to come up with his first pick in a couple of weeks last week. And now on 3rd and 20. God's Power Nawahi in a tough spot here. Big pressure, throws it out left. Good timing route. De Leon had separation, but again, Cooper right on him.
He had to get rid of the ball just a tad early, and that was a nice, he was the only receiver en route. So it was just single coverage, single receiver. It was a timing route.
And you could see Nawahi a little bit hesitant to really step into that throw completely. 4th and 20.
They're going to have to punt this one away.
Daniel Ortiz will kick it away to Chauncey Carter. Driving toward the near side. Carter's going to go ahead and let this thing go out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 31 yards on the kick. So a tough start for the North Garland Raiders. And there's an aforementioned fan that you kind of described as being one that cheered for her Owls, as it were, decades ago.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, Garland is steep in tradition, and they've won a couple of championships, and you know, it's really one of the only teams around here that brings that type of crowd in, and they just continually come to these games.
Sergio Perez goes with a screen game here. This is Jay-Sean Powers, his running back. He can turn it on and does so. Inside the 20, to the house, 53 yards and the touchdown.
And I do see a flag on the field.
Is a flag down at the line of scrimmage on the other side of the field.
Offsides. It's number 5. Penalty's been declined. First down.
So Jay-Sean Powers using the legs after the catch.
Yeah, just a normal little screen out there. Usually they pick up 4 or 5 yards on this, but they had such good blocking. You see big number 78 making a huge block. Pedro Aguilar downfield blocking for a lineman that sprung that one.
Darryl Brown for the point after. Some movement up front. Nice kick. And the Owls have a 14-0 lead after they strike. Capitalizing on the short 31-yard punt. 14-0 in favor of Garland on GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-TECH and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
What a job by the Owls and Sergio Perez. We mentioned how Perez came in second leading quarterback in terms of overall yards for a QB in the Metroplex. Came in with 2,335 yards. Only one other quarterback had more, and that was Trophy Club's Jacob Wilson, who had 2,562 entering the week. So Sergio Perez sort of picking up where he left off last week, 20 of 24. And what was so surprising is how efficient he was. As you see Joe Castillo hoping that his North Garland Raiders can stay in it and keep fighting here.
Yeah, when you throw 83%, it's very difficult because you don't know who to cover. I mean, he just spreads it out all over the place, and you see it right now. He's just playing with such confidence. He knows exactly where he's going with that ball.
Aaron King leaves way here, and they're going to go on a cutback here to the middle. And this is Jaden Davis across the 30, 35. A decent starting field position now for the Raiders, who are down by 2 scores.
Jaden Davis, he looks great. He's 5'9", 220 pounds, and he's only a sophomore. Just, he's got such great potential here. This North Garland team, as young as they are, they're going to be really good in a couple of years. I mean, you got such young. This is exactly how the Garland Owls were. They had they had like 12 sophomores and 10 of them started. So now they're all seniors.
And that's what Danny Russell had mentioned coming into the week. How this North Garland team kind of reminds him of his Owl Ball Club 2 years ago. And look what Garland has now done in 2021 with the 7 straight wins as Jaden Davis, again, fighting for yards between the tackles. That's really been where their success has come from in the early goings. It's been tough sledding outside the tackles.
Yeah, I think you got to run right at Big Brown in the middle because you get a couple of, double team block on him and maybe you can spring it. But it's going to be difficult to get outside.
Jonathan Brown again with the 12 tackles against Saxe. 2 for a loss. He's already got a tackle for a loss tonight. They're playing in a phone booth here with a couple of H-backs and a pistol back. And Nawahi going to try to get outside. First time tonight he's had success. Picks up the first down. Runs into Jatrick Jeter as he tried to cut it to the alley.
Yeah, we were looking. If you watch this, they've got like 8 guys in the box. The Owls do, and it's going to be hard to run up through there. Seems like North Garland needs to kind of spread it out a little bit, at least to get some running lanes. Can you see right there? Look at all of the black jerseys right there in the middle.
And Nawahi decides to toss this. The head linesman blew this play dead, but that was a 10-yard jaunt there for the quarterback, and Joe Castillo doesn't look very pleased. Conference going on here between Redfern, our lead official, and Ellis and Jerry Grosser down there. Line judge Paul Martin.
Offsides, defense number 2. Penalized from the previous spot, 5 yards.
5 against North Garland. Or rather against Garland, I should say.
Well, the Red Raiders, they'll take it any way they can get it. They'll take that 5.
Same formation here. This time it looked like the left tackle moved early, but they seem to have found something as Davis really fighting inside the 30, getting down to the 26-yard line. That's his best run, close to 20 yards, right straight ahead.
Man, that was beautiful, actually. You just watch this, just right up the middle. They get a double team, picks that lane. And that was just a great job of execution by that offensive line.
Timeout for an injury here, but Jaden Davis came into the game averaging 4.4 yards per carry. Had 91 carries for 403 yards. Did have 5 touchdowns as they attend to the injured Owl. A big start here early on for Garland as they come out with a 9-yard touchdown pass, capping a 79-yard drive that took 8 plays on their opening possession. And then possession number 2 lasted all but 1 snap. There was a 53-yard toss from Perez to Powers in the flat on the screen, and he raced the distance.
It was just a foot race after that. Had some great blocking by his lineman. Number 78, Pedro Aguilar. Sprung it.
That's one of the things that Danny Russell likes about this Owl Club. He loves the fight from his offensive line. He's got 2 really good lines. He's got a good O-line. He's got a good D-line. But that offensive line has really come together. As you see, Keelan Smith, a starting outside backer who had 48.5 tackles coming into the game. 9.5 of those came last week in that big matchup with Saxe, having to walk off the field limping a little bit. But the offensive line for Garland, they're good, but they're small. They fight hard, but yet they're small.
Yeah, you just got to know that technique. They've got a lot of experience. They're all juniors and seniors.
Nawahi this time on a lead play. Gets a kick-out block from Davis's running back. And Nawahi fighting for yet another North Garland first down. Jatrick Jeter, the safety, with a second stop of the drive.
Well, you know, you run behind that Nathan Payne right there, big 71. You get a pancake block. He's 6'4", 235. Now, he's a big kid, so, you know, they got some big guys on that side of the ball as well.
It's funny, you look at Jatrick Jeter, that safety, and the big number 11 in that defensive backfield, really projects as a linebacker at the college level. Going to go with a fade pattern this time. Going to go to the end zone. High pointing it. DeAndre Johnson with his 4th touchdown grab of the year. What a toss. 16 yards.
Hey, that's a way to answer it right there. Come back, just get that big DeAndre Johnson. Go up. Oh, man, that was beautiful. Perfect timing. That's a good march down the field. That's a great drive to answer the Owls.
What a drive. That play typifying maybe the best drive that North Garland has had in a couple of weeks. 5 plays, and it ends up going 69 yards. And we see God's Power Nawahi guiding this here. They think about going for 2, and Joe Castillo has to burn a timeout to talk about it.
Timeout, North Garland, first of the half.
We'll take it with them. 3:37 to go in the first quarter. It's 14-6 Garland on GRS TV. North Garland, after they burn the timeout, trying to line up a swinging gate. Will keep the offense out. Beg your pardon, they've gone with the point after. They go with a standard point after here with Maddox Lopez, the sophomore. Lefty. Trying to cut it to a 1-score game and make it 7. Pulls this one just inside the upright to make it 14-7. So how about a response by North Garland? And not sure if anybody expected that after that one-play drive, that big 53-yard screen pass by the Owls.
Well, you know, it looked like that they could just take every bit of fight away from them at the Owls. But then you answer like that, and, you know, it gives you back, get you a little bit of a little gumption to get back in there and win this thing. You know, you think you got something that you can play with these guys, and boy, they sure showed how to do it.
Look at the district standings and see the undefeated Owls atop the district. Naaman Forest, who had to fight tooth and nail to get to 4-1 last night, in that second spot all by themselves. Saxe, who ended up getting upended by the Owls last week, falling to 3-1. Rowlett 2-3. Those are your top 4 right now. They take the top 4 and put them in the postseason.
That's right. Now Rowlett, they still can get in there. They're going to have to play probably, you know, Lakeview's 1-3. Lakeview's going to have to win it out. Wiley, you know, they think that they're a little better than Wiley, so it's going to be a tough challenge for them to get in there. Rowlett, they expected to make the playoffs, but it's going to be a tough fight for them.
So Garland will have great field position. They try to catch the Owls by surprise, but nothing doing here. You get a good look at it again second time here. They go with the onside, but that wasn't even close. It ends up hitting one of those gunners. That hit Rosales, Joseph Rosales. An illegal touching will be the call here, and so Garland will have it 42 yards away.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. Garland doesn't need any help, and you know, the North Garland, they really need to play perfect in all 3 phases of the game, and kickoff being one of them.
Garland with 132 total yards of offense. How about a dump over the middle? What a great catch. It looked like Ellis Rogers did a figure 8 between his legs on that catch. Comes up with a 10-yard grab. Justin Hinton ends up making the play, the 5'11 junior cornerback. What a catch by the dexterous Ellis Rogers.
Just real quick, simple pass right here. Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness.
How about that? Boy, Ellis Rogers caught 9 balls last week. This time we see Keontae King getting a start here on this third drive at that running back position, and King picks up 10 more on the ground for the Owls. But we saw Ellis Rogers last week with touchdown grabs of 2 yards, 28 yards. He was really, really good and did a terrific job after the catch last week.
Well, I tell you, that game last week was just for the record books.
Sergio Perez looking deep, backside post. He's got his man, Jordan Hudson, for the touchdown.
Wow, Sergio Perez he's got it going on right now. I mean, that is a difficult throw. He's rolling left. Look at this, the whole play is rolling left, and he's got to find him and throw a strike. And he comes off the field you could see that Perez was he's ecstatic about it. He's feeling good, he's feeling it. And everybody else, they're just the recipients of the ball.
Another touchdown toss for Sergio Perez. That is the third tonight in 3 drives. Are you kidding? Perez with touchdowns 35, 36, and now 37 for the year. We haven't even played 8 games yet.
He wants to be on the leaderboard of the area quarterbacks. He wants to be on top.
He's very close to it in terms of yards and completion percentage. And the Owls back up in front by 14, 3:02 to go in this first quarter. Take a break and continue. We're back in a moment on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Homecoming 2021 for the Garland Owls here at Williams Stadium in Garland. Scott Garner, Bobby George, happy to have you along as the Raiders will have it. That ball trickles into the end zone just barely. It was live for a moment, goes in and will end up being killed. 21-7 our score. The Garland Owls with the lead here. 3:02 to go in the first quarter. We've already seen a bunch of points.
Quick ones.
Quick points. A lot of points and quick points.
Yeah, Sergio Perez, he's methodical out there. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. He knows the playbook inside and out. You can tell he's not confused at all. There's no plays that are coming in and he's wondering what he's going to do with the ball.
And North Garland had a really nice drive, I thought. Last time they had the football, and depending on what you consider an explosive play, most think probably 15 yards or more. They had 4 of those plays. 4 of the 5 went for over 10 yards, and Nawahi gets to the alley again, and he has now rushed the ball the last 3 times he's had it, 10 yards every single time.
Yeah, they've got this bunch formation going. They got all of the Owls in the middle, and then he tries to get outside, and he's fast enough. He's doing it right now.
Nawahi very, very quick. They found something, it looks like, with this double wing formation.
Yeah, it's double wing, so they're getting some double teams on those defensive linebackers.
A rare throw to the sideline here, and that route was almost jumped. You had Aaron King looking for his second pick in as many weeks. Aaron King last week against Saxey had the interception, but he also had 5.5 tackles and a tackle for a loss. He knew that thing was coming from the word go.
For sure. He's out there. He's one-on-one with him. So there's a lot of responsibility. It's one receiver here.
God's power, Nawahi turns, going to hand off straight ahead. Power football here on 2nd and 10. Not very much. Well, I don't think he's down yet. They finally bring him down. Official blows it dead. 3rd and 7 here. To Marquez McNeil brings down Jaden Davis.
That looked like a rugby scrum.
Yeah.
They just keep pushing right there. Everybody's getting in behind each other, and here it goes.
You know, and most people think that Garland has the best D-line in the league, but according to what your eyes just told you, hey, North Garland, they're fighting down there.
They're pushing.
3rd and 7. Nawahi fakes the run, that throws the dump pass. He was backpedaling and threw it at the feet of his running back, Jaden Davis. Fourth down.
He had a lot of pressure right here from the outside by number 23. Alexander getting that rush in there and made him throw just a little faster than he wanted to. The play was set up pretty nice. They'd been running, and then all of a sudden they were just going to, you know, release Jaden Davis outside and toss it to him really quick, and it just, when you have that much pressure on the quarterback, he has to get rid of it too early.
Yeah, great pressure by Alexander. Most improved player on the team, according to Danny Russell. As the Raiders get rid of this one, get a good roll out of it. 42 yards after the roll.
We got some laundry on the field here.
Guy Redfern again will give us the signal. Oh, the Owls are wise tonight. They saw what was coming, and it has been an absolute steamroll of a first quarter for these Owls. They have pushed and shoved their way to a 14-point advantage.
Holding. Receiving team number 7. 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
This one back it up 10 yards and start them off with their worst starting field position of the game to this point.
The Owls already coming up with 174 total yards and 165 of it in the air. So, you know, North Garland's going to have to figure out how to stop this passing game. And I don't know if it's just rushing 3 and dropping everybody back, keeping everything in front of you, but they're going to have to slow this rushing game down. I mean, this passing game of the Owls down.
Well, you know, Perez last week had 323 yards. Tonight, already 165, and he's thrown 3 touchdowns already. A swing pass this time. Across the 10, Charles Allen, his first grab of the night, picks up 8 before he's shoved out of bounds. That is 26th grab of the year.
I like how they get the ball to all the different players and receivers here. You know, you've seen Jordan Hudson catch a ball, Ellis Rogers, Charles Allen, Aaron King. All of them have already caught the ball tonight.
2nd and 2 for Perez and the Owls. Deep in their own territory, here comes Keontae King. He's got a first down on a little run off the edge, picks up 5 more before Ivan Garcia, inside linebacker, can make the stop.
Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do, though, if you're North Garland. You're going to have to keep everything in front of you. You can't be giving up these long plays, these big touchdowns, 3-play drives and a touchdown. You've got to keep everything in front of you and make these drives take a little longer. Give your offense a chance to set up back there. And
Ellis Rogers goes in motion around the quarterback. Perez setting his feet outside the pocket, heaving it deep. Not a great toss. Hudson almost ran under that thing.
That was what you call a coverage, a really good coverage play right there. There was nobody to go to, but it took so long for them to put pressure on him that he was able to toss that thing out there. And Jordan Hudson, he just becomes free. See how much time he has here? He just setting, and Jordan Hudson just starts working his way across the field. And Sergio Perez sees it. He just couldn't get underneath that thing to throw it.
Didn't really get out of his hand cleanly that time. Really, the only pass slipped out. Only pass that's done that tonight. 2nd and 10 for the Owls. It's a big offense, though. They throw for about 334 a game. And Danny Russell wants to call timeout.
Timeout. Garland, first of the half.
55 seconds to go until the end of the first quarter. 21-7 in favor of the Owls, who are coming off of that 54-41 win against Saxe. That game close. Some thought it might be closer. And early in that game, Garland did not really play that well. They thought they were playing tight. That's just sort of what they felt on that sideline. It sort of looked like it.
Yeah, but that Saxe team was really a good team. They got some big guys, some big defensive players that are, you know, they're big and deep. They a lot of those guys don't have to go both ways and they stay fresh. But the Owls, that second half, they just learned quick and became a different team in that second half.
And what you really have to like about what the Owls have done tonight, one of the things they were concerned about is this game becoming a trap game, because they pointed to the game that, North Garland played a couple of weeks ago when they just barely lost to Saxe 42-34. They didn't want this game to become one like that.
That's right.
Play action. Perez under pressure this time and has trouble finding Karakamo out there in the flat. A little pressure really made him uncomfortable that time. Big pressure by Rosales.
Well, maybe North Garland might have something here that they're start putting that delayed pressure on him. Don't give him a whole lot of time to throw. But play a lot of defensive backs out there. You can see that North was playing 2 safeties.
3rd and 10. Empty here. Perez steps up. Has some green. One linebacker to beat. He's going to try to beat him. Garcia can't get there in time. I don't believe he might have. He might have shoved him out, depending on the spot here. Yeah, they're going to mark him short by a yard. How about that? Garcia makes the play before the line to gain.
Again, they drop about 6 players into coverage, so everybody's covered. Makes him pull down and throw it to run it. Yeah, nice. It looked like he got the first down. Maybe a spot might be a little bit generous here.
Danny Russell wants to see if they'll line up to this. You've got a mismatch. They'll go ahead and snap it. They didn't line up correctly to it. A pitch and a first down. Jay Sean Powers. They had numbers. Garcia and De Leon finally get there, but they pick up 12 on a swinging gate.
Just a trick play here. They took that. They said 4 against 2. We'll take that all day long.
You got to have a layup on that, and that's what they got.
Yeah.
How about that? That's tough to line up to, especially if you haven't practiced that. 1st and 10 now after they move it on a swinging gate on 4th and 1.
It's interesting they pull that play out here, because they're kind of – this is a game that you want to you can win. You feel comfortable you're going to win, so sometimes they'll keep those until it's a real tight game, maybe towards the playoffs even.
Good coverage by Soblé, the cornerback, on Aaron King. Nobody was open. Sergio Perez kept trying to buy time, and it goes incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Had a little pressure in there. He had to get rid of it again. Nice coverage there on Aaron King.
I, like you, am a little bit surprised that Garland showed that play here in a game like this. Last play of the first quarter. 2nd and 10. Option. Just going to Keontae King. Hits the edge. Another nice run for the backup running back. A pickup of 8. Send us to the 2nd. So at the end of the first 12 minutes, the Owls enjoying a 21-7 lead over the North Garland Raiders on GRS TV. Garland outscoring the Raiders the first quarter, 21-7. Here at Williams Stadium in Garland, where the Owls have rolled up 189 total yards compared to North Garland's 61. Sergio Perez with 3 touchdown tosses in that first quarter. He goes 8 of 12. Dropped his passing percentage, 67% he was in that first quarter. Remember, his percentage was at 73%. And just to put this into perspective, 73%, you think, oh, is that pretty good? Well, the top quarterback in all of Division I FBS college football is at 77%. And Sergio Perez, to do what he has done, remember, he was 20 of 24 last week. And remember,
83% last week.
Yeah, 83%. 2 of those 4 incompletions were just throwaways. He had to throw it into the bench.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome player, man. He's seeing the field, that's for sure. Here it is again.
4th and 2. Perez, screen, Allen, he gets the block. Does he have the first down? Marked him short.
Ooh.
They mark him short, and this will be a turnover on downs. Joseph Rosales is the one that did it.
Again, they were going to set up in that trick play. Just a great defensive stance here. Look, this is a trick play again. They got everybody spread out. Just a great play right there by number 27.
I believe the down box, this is the fourth down play. They're going to go deep here on 4th and 1. Caught it. Hudson at the 10. He's there. He's got it. Touchdown. 46 yards. Jalen Soublé, I'm not sure, could get in better position, and somehow Hudson caught it.
Well, you just watch his route, though. His route, he leans in. Oh, man, per route. That's just awesome, Sergio. He leans into his defender and to create that separation. He leans into him, and then when the ball gets there, he leans away, and it pushes the defender away from him by just using his shoulder pads, and that creates the space in order to catch that ball.
Point after, just inside the left upright. The Owls with a 28-7 advantage as Jordan Hudson catches the touchdown pass, his second in a row. He's got 16 on the year. Already committed to play at SMU. Bypassing offers from OU and others. 2 SMU commits on this team. Hudson and then the safety Chase Biddle. But what a combination there. Sergio Perez to Jordan Hudson. Hudson is the man that really makes him go in the passing game.
Yeah, I mean that you can't really teach that, how you get open right there, because the coverage was good. And again, he starts leaning into the defender as he's running down the field. The ball goes into the air, and then the defender's getting pushed towards the middle just because you're leaning into him, and then all of a sudden you just break away, and that causes the separation. You don't really teach that. That's just instinct that a player has. And boy, Sergio Perez to make that play as well. He had pressure on him, and he just kind of uses his arms to get away and then tosses a beautiful pass like that. Man, can't get much better.
We played 12 minutes and 12 seconds of football, and Sergio Perez has 4 touchdown tosses already. South Dakota is where he has committed to playing on Saturdays. The 6 feet, 185-pound senior. And he was magnificent last week. And Danny Russell was so pleased with the rhythm that he found against the best team perhaps in the district, save for themselves.
Yeah, Saxe was a big team. They have a big squad, and he really turned it up in that second half. I mean, it's hard to contain all the receivers they have because he was spreading the ball out so well.
Now the Raiders are down by 3 scores and have to fight at a seam. This is a good start here on this drive. A return by Isaiah DeLeon across the 40. So great field position, the best starting field position for the Raiders.
Well, now you're going to have to see, you know, where they're going to respond here. They responded one time, got them a nice touchdown, and they really need to do that again. They need to get that offense really rolling out there against the Owls.
See the Yell leaders doing a push-up for every point that they.
That's going to be sore.
Well, that's the most in-shape drill team I think I've seen.
Yeah, if they're going to do that, they're going to be sore by the end of the night.
Double wing formation here for Nawahi and company. This has worked for them. They get a great seal block, a fan block right in the middle, and Nawahi across the 45 picking up 4.
Boy, you see big number 71 and 66 right there. They just got a great block. Again, Nathan Payne, we've called him out a couple of times, and Alex Johnson. Watch these pancake blocks. Look at that right there, just boom. They working hard in there.
They were. Nathan Payne, Alex Johnson, as you mentioned. They'll both be back next year. Payne the junior, Johnson the sophomore. 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard run. Nawahi again keeps it himself, trying to use a lead block there by Gabe Harris. Gets a couple. Jose Vicuna, who had 3 stops last week, the senior in making the tackle. 3rd and 5.
Yeah, they're fast. You have to be consistent against this defense.
And Nawahi had 16 carries for 80 yards against Rowlett a week ago. Came in averaging almost 7 a carry. Hasn't had that tonight on the ground. Just 3 per carry tonight to start the drive. It's 3rd and 5. Double wing to the same side this time. They'll roll that way. Nawahi's got some room. Cut it into the defense and doesn't get the first. Boy. Surprised he kept that thing to the sideline. Needed 5 and only got 4.
Yeah, I thought he had the step on the inside. If he could have just stayed low and kept running, but he started to try to juke him, and when he did that, he kind of lost his footing. See, right there, if he stays going towards the middle, I think he picks that thing up, but that turf monster got his feet.
You know, and Timothy Muhammad was on the inside. He had some inside leverage, but he was late getting to the point of attack. I thought had he just turned left, like you said, and gone straight up field, he would have had it. Let's see if they can do it here on 4th and 1. 4th and 1 for the Raiders. Boy, football in a phone booth, and Nawahi's not worried about it. He gets a nice crease, gets vertical, picks up 6. Chase Biddle's second stop from his safety spot.
Well, that's awesome blocking right there. Look at Romero's at 71 again. Boy, their offensive line is really just connecting now, and they are really getting on the shoulder pads of those Owls.
You know what I like about what I'm seeing tonight from North Garland is that, you know, Joe Castillo and the coaching staff are adjusting to what's working. This is old-fashioned. You know, a buddy of mine, in fact, Rich Phillips, who I worked the SMU game with last night, texted me about 12:30 in the morning. And he said, hey, we're watching an old-fashioned football game. And this looks like it right here. They're going to go deep. Burns him deep. Inside the 10. Caught by Isaiah DeLeon. Lulled him to sleep the Frank Broyles way.
That's right. You keep running the ball so strong, you get that single coverage on the outside. And Godspeed gives him a little pump fake. Creates that separation, and he puts it right on the money.
38-yard connection. I mean, this is straight out of the 70s right here with what they're doing. Everybody is within about 3 yards of the line of scrimmage here. 1st and goal for the Raiders. This time, straight ahead won't do it. Jaden Davis, helmet to helmet, screws to screws, as they say, loses 1.
Well, the way that offensive line has been playing, you know, you take your chances because they've got a lot of numbers in there. They have 7 guys right in the box.
2nd down and goal.
Look at all the guys right there. It's power football. Let's see what you got here. Let's just work it.
Nawahi to the pylon. Touchdown. God's power, Nawahi, with his 11th touchdown run of the campaign.
Hey, they got something going, man. Look at that line just pushing everybody out of the way. He's able to separate and outrun everybody to the outside. Got a great block by his receiver. You're right. That's just rough and tough, nose-to-nose football right there.
They say forget kicking. We're going to go ahead and try to go. We're going to line up our own swinging game.
Let's see what happens here.
Nawahi, a block.
Ooh.
Cannot get there. Is he still up? Leans. They got it. Are you kidding? It's good.
Wow. I think that's a pretty good spot right there. Unless his legs just didn't go down. It looked like they stopped him a yard short.
Oh, the fight by Nawahi. He got hit.
Let's see what we got right here. Let's see. Oh, he's setting on somebody. Gets the extra push. How about that?
He took we mentioned the 60s. He took a 1970s Nestea plunge with his arms out into the end zone. Did he not?
Yeah, he did, right into the pool.
Oh, my gosh. That was unbelievable. 8:07 to go. That was fantastic. 28-15 our score on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
Homecoming getting a little more intense here at Williams Stadium with 8:07 to go in this second quarter. 28-15 now after the 2-point conversion on the Nestea plunge.
Well, that was just an awesome drive, though. They started back in their own territory and just drove it all the way down the field. They couldn't stop them.
58 yards. And now you've got problems here because you've got your best running back, Ja'Shawn Powers, across midfield on the return.
You're going to have to be really careful kicking the ball deep like that. If your guys can't get down there to make coverage, you know, sometimes you out-kick your coverage and your speed of your team. That's why a lot of these teams, they do that little pooch kick and kick it right down to about the 30-yard line and make, you know, a fair catch on that receiving team so they don't have an opportunity to break one like this.
That's right. And I mentioned that at 12:30 in the morning, I'm not kidding, Rich texts me and he says, hey, I'm watching the 1976 Arkansas-Texas game where they're running the veer. Looks like that's what we were watching on that North Garland drive. Ja'Shawn Powers maneuvering his way inside the 35 off tackle. Picks up 13.
I think Rich Phillips must have been really bored last night. Go back and start watching.
Well, you can only watch SportsCenter so often,
yeah.
Right? I mean, how many times can you do it? It's fascinating, though, to see how football has changed. But even still, it always goes back to the ground game, like we just saw with the Raiders. Here's Powers trying to change direction. And, oh, this Raider team looks a little juiced here with Richardson, the end, coming up with his 29th stop.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little confidence, and you gave that defense a little rest. You have a long drive like that, they can get together and figure out what they need to do as well.
They call Samarian Richardson Scudder. Transfer from Lakeview, and he's been solid there at that end spot all year. 2nd and 10 now for the Owls. A sweep for Powers. He's got a convoy. He's got the corner, and he looks like he's got a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Mark it just a little short, it looks like.
Brandon Conway held him from the line to gain.
They had the opportunity here. He had some good lead blockers, but right here, the safety's coming up. He's got to come up fast. He just had the wrong angle on him right there, but if he has that angle correct, they would have got him.
It was Andrew Looney.
Free play.
Oh, nice job, Perez reversing out. Downfield, single coverage, does he have it? Flag came out, ball is caught, touchdown, Allen. This may be going against North Garland.
Yeah, I think that was a free play.
25 yards.
A lot of times they will call that one, though. They'll blow the whistle dead because it looked like that. It looked like they came all the way through, all the way to Perez before, you know, and a lot of times they'll blow the whistle if they've got a free run at the quarterback.
You've got 2 flags on the play. You've got a flag at the line, and you've got the one that
for pass interference,
maybe. Pass interference at the goal line.
Either way, they both go against the defense.
Offsides, defense. Pass interference, offense number 4. Both fouls, all set, replay, 3rd down.
A big save right there. You see, you get a free play. A lot of times they'll just they'll whistle it and dead. I didn't see it. Maybe we were looking at the quarterback instead of downfield. Maybe they could have called a holding, maybe, but pass interference, that's pretty tough. Either way.
3rd and 1 play action over the middle. Ellis Rogers caught it for the first down, slips a defender, picks up 13, most of it after the catch with Avon Garcia's 3rd tackle.
You see DeAndre Johnson, he's out there playing defense and has a safety there, but boy, he had the opportunity to take that ball. Just kind of missed it. Rogers made a great play.
Odd front. Rogers goes in motion on 1st and 10. Give it to Powers. He got tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Running against a decent box right there. And it looked like Richardson got a hand in there, he and Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia's really disrupting stuff. You know, he's 235 pounds, but he's making a lot of, so you get down there right there as the linebacker spot, but he's making some damage go on right there.
2nd and 9, another sweep. Same play. Powers cuts it inside, reaches out. He's got the touchdown. 11 yards on the score for the Owls.
That's just good, strong football. It wasn't like, oh, see, I almost got him right there. But it wasn't like the Raiders were just laying down. I mean, they played strong defense right there, but the Owls just found a way to get in the end zone.
Darrell Brown will try to boot it through. Another touchdown for Garland. 5th of the game already. A little pressure, but Darrell Brown able to punch it through. 5:43 second quarter. It's the Owls 35 and the Raiders 15 on GRS TV. An offensive showcase tonight here at Williams Stadium in Garland, week 8 of the campaign. The undefeated Garland Owls with a 35-15 advantage on homecoming. Sergio Perez, 11 of 16, 233 yards as the Owls a yard shy of the 300-yard mark, and we are in the first half.
Yeah, they did that one, mostly on the ground this time. And, Perez has been throwing the ball all over the field, but that time, they handed the ball off to Jayshawn Powers quite a bit, and they made it work on the ground.
They did. Powers doing a job on the ground. Officially 4 carries, 21 yards, 525 the average. 233 through the air for the Owls. 66 on the ground. And North Garland, who ended up putting up the touchdown of the 2-point conversion on a 58-yard drive, will get it back. North Garland has scored on 2 of their last 3 drives of the game. Here comes DeLeon across the 20. Flag came in way away from the play. And the 2 guys that are kind of jawing are still kind of going at it here. You had Jalen Jones for Garland and Johan Gallardo for North Garland.
Yeah, that flag came out way away from the play. And that's the ones that coaches really do not like.
Yeah, North Garland just has had a problem stopping the Owls, to say the least. Garland has scored on all 5 drives so far.
Well, at least they slowed them down a little bit.
They did.
Holding. Receiving team. Number 27. 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down.
Now Redford giving us the indication Joe Castillo has to be upset about it because, that was just a mental mistake and a foul that occurred literally about 40 yards from the play.
You're exactly right. They're just guys getting on each other, hitting each other on a kickoff return, and those they're taking a guy that's running full speed at them, trying to run them over, and they get to where they feel like, hey man, I'm not going to let that happen to me, and then you get a penalty.
That actually officially is the first Garland penalty. How about Nawahi using some athleticism to leap over a would-be tackler to pick up 4 yards before Aaron King can bring him down, the cornerback.
Again, they get that lead block out there, right there. Springs him to get an extra 4 or 5 yards.
God's power, Nawahi. Very smart. They put a lot on his plate. Sophomore quarterback. Came in averaging close to 7 yards per carry. 854 passing yards. Tonight, 11 for 38 on the ground for Nawahi. He's completed just 3 passes tonight, 7 attempts for 57 yards of the game. And on second down at 6, they'll go to the edge here, and they've got a block on the screen. First time they've tried to use the screen tonight, and Isaiah DeLeon makes the catch. His second grab of the game, moves the sticks and a pickup of 9.
Yeah, they caught Garland in a different defense. They only had 1 guy out there and 2 receivers.
Nice play to move the sticks for the Raiders.
Well, he sees it and found him. Put the ball on the money. That's what you got to do. So that's how you have to spread that defense out a little bit. That last drive, the entire time, you could see 8 guys in the box running the ball. This time they've got everybody spread out.
9th first down of the game for the Raiders. Send the fullback in motion. And God's Power runs a lead play on a quarterback lead, getting a block from Davis, his running back. And you can see Nawahi using those big legs to pick up 6 more.
Yeah, Gonzalez, Livesey, all those guys are doing a great job. Look at this blocking, and then they turn their body. Everybody's trying to find somebody to block. But it's one thing to get up on the defender, and then you've got to turn your body and make a wall so that Godspeed can get through there. And that's what they're doing. They're doing a good job right there. We haven't called Brown's name in a while.
No. And we noted that this Raider team has scored on 2 of the last 3 drives, and they've been getting good yards on first down consistently. Here's Nawahi to the edge again. Across the 45, Chase Biddle tracks him down. Nawahi being very physical to the edge, 13 more.
Yeah, I like what Joe Castillo, the coach, is doing out here. He's got his offensive coordinator saying, okay, where are we the strongest at against this team? Because we know that they've got a lot of talent. Where are we the strongest? And I think they've decided, hey, our line is very strong. Let's use them. And so he's got everybody just piled up in there, and they're doing a great job. And now we see Nawahi come out for a play.
The Raiders,
did he lose his helmet?
Yeah, the Raiders were actually averaging about 3 yards, or rather 3 plays per drive. Backup quarterback here is going to be Jaden Davis. This is a Wildcat snap, and Davis off the right side gets into Owl territory, nose forward, power football. Jalen Reynolds is the guy that brought him to the turf. See if Nawahi doesn't come back in here.
Yeah, just great defense right there, though, man. That was a good stop by number 29, Reynolds. He got out there and just sacrificed his body to make that tackle.
Nawahi's not in there. Davis again on the Wildcat, picks up a block. Does a good job of turning it upfield rather than trying to get all the way to the sideline. Still only picks up 3. J-Trick Jeter, the stop. And now Nawahi will come back in after resting for a couple of plays. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think he just needed to get it there and get a rest because he's been running the ball a lot. Every play, the ball's in his hand, and he's running it almost every play. I think he just needed a break for a second.
But the one thing that we've seen them now the last couple of drives is they've at least enabled their defense to catch their breath. 3rd and 4. Nawahi wants to pass into the boundary. Here's DeLeon, and to try to do it himself and can't. Boy, that play had a lot of congestion all around it. Aaron King threw him out of bounds.
Yeah, they had a big battle with Evan Garcia down there. Right here, he's doing the blocking right there. You see him, number 9? They were.
I didn't see anybody blocking there.
He had his man on the ground. I can promise you that. It was a pancake block. It's just the other guys just filled in real quick.
Second of the half.
Timeout called by North Garland with $1:31 to go in the second quarter. The Owls with a 35-15 lead on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Timeout. Both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining in the half. 1:31 to go. 4th and 6 for the Raiders. They've been doing it on the ground. Let's see what happens here. Nawahi looking right. Nobody's open. He's going to try to race for it. Got a block. Has a first down spinning inside the 40. Woo. Needed 6 and got 8. Jonathan Brown, the tackle, had to track him down.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I thought he had the receiver right there. If he just unloads right there to the middle of the field, he's got a receiver running all alone. But he decides to make it the hard way. Ooh, gets a block right there in the back, actually. They could have called that one.
Jonathan Dang, the tight end, with that block. Glad they didn't call that. It wasn't completely in the back. Now they've got one-on-one coverage here. Going to go deep. ball juggled. Johnson couldn't bring it down. Christian Cooper had blanket coverage.
Cooper's 5'10", but he played big right there.
Had a chance for a one-hand catch.
Yeah. Go up with two hands, you might pull that one down.
A lot of the guys seeing this on TV now are starting to practice this.
You're exactly right. They really are.
1:02 to go. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. 35-15. They're down by 3 scores. Love to cut it to 2 scores going into the break.
He's got him there.
Noah, he's got an arm. He's got a man. Oh, it went through his hands. Isaiah De Leon had a shot. He had beaten Aaron King to the post.
They're getting that one-on-one coverage, and they're thinking, hey, if you can just get out there and outrun everybody, throw it out there. Just let it go. And I think if he throws that just a little bit earlier, he probably has him.
Looked like he might have gotten his hands on. There was actually a flag on the play.
Holding. Number 9 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. We played it down.
Like that right tackle might have been called for the hold. That'll back him up all the way to midfield here. 2nd down, 20.
Well, the way they've been playing, you know, they need to have 3rd and shorts.
Yes.
Because they're not picking up huge pieces of yards at a time. They're just gaining a little bit, and then getting the first down on the 3rd down and short. But, boy, you put yourself in 2nd and 20, it becomes a little bit more difficult.
I'm a little bit surprised they went away from the double wing that was working. So what happens here? They go empty, screen, and immediately blown up. I mean, as soon as Andrew Looney caught it, Aaron King dropped him. Lost 4 on the play.
It's like they knew that play was coming. You got to, if you make that play work, you're going to have some linemen coming out there and hitting Aaron King. You got to have your offensive end or somebody coming out there and lead blocking for it.
Surprised Garland isn't using a timeout. They've got 2 left. It's 3rd and 24, and the clock just running at 23 seconds. Nine seconds on the play clock. They've got to snap it.
Yeah, there you go. There's your timeout.
Now they call the timeout. I'm surprised they didn't call it earlier.
Yeah, it was 10 seconds too late.
So a timeout call by Danny Russell.
Timeout, Garland, their 2nd of the half.
And the idea is you call the timeout early because you've got 2 left. They don't pick it up on 3rd down. You call your last timeout, and you at least make them punt, force them to execute a punt.
Yeah, Danny Russell might be just ready to take it into the field house.
Yeah.
You know, here at half with this nice lead and go in there and talk about it. But you're right. If they would have called a timeout a little earlier, it would have left some time on there to run at least a play.
I'm wondering if Joe Castillo, the head coach for North Garland, isn't thinking, you know, if we can pick up 10 or 15 yards, there's not going to be a punt. We're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, don't give it back to Garland.
Yeah, don't give it back to him. Be interesting to see how it plays out. Again, Garland coming in tops of the district. They're 4-0. They've got a 7-0 record overall. Naaman won last night in a slugfest that was less than pristine in terms of the execution.
Yeah, I believe last night they had about 11 penalties for 120 yards and 6 turnovers. But they still came out and win with a win against Rowlett.
Danny Russell will, in fact, not use his final timeout. And after that draw play, it sends us to the break. So the Garland Owls settle for 5 first-half touchdowns. Sergio Perez, who came into the game, the Garland quarterback, with 34 touchdown passes, now is up to 38 in 7.5 games. He threw 4 in the first half. And we'll take a break. We will continue on GRS TV. It's 35-15 in favor of Garland. 35-15 as we get set for the second half. Scott Garner, Bobby George, the Garland Owls trying to remain undefeated in 9-6A play, and they got it started early and often tonight with their big right arm, Sergio Perez, who threw for 234 yards in front of a homecoming crowd tonight at Williams Stadium the first 24 minutes. Packed house. North Garland came out ready to go. The Owls, they were primed for what they hope will be their 8th win, and right off the bat, they throw it out to Aaron King. They're going to go in and take a 7-0 lead, and the Owls come back. Jay-Sean Powers on the screen goes 53 yards. Fought off defenders at the second level, and nobody could catch it. Nawahi comes back to Johnson, the back left corner of the end zone. Cut it to a one-score game at that point as the Raiders responded, but then Perez rolling the pocket out left, finding Hudson on the post, the backside to make it a 21-7 ball game. The Owls were not done. Nice move in the pocket by Perez, and it goes right back to Hudson. One of 2 grabs he made that went for scores, and that made it 28-7. He and the company then come back with a 4-yard touchdown run, make it 28-15, and then the Owls start really getting going. And look at that Nestea plunge right there.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a great play by Nawahi. There's Johnson on the 11-yard Jay-Sean Powers run, I should say, and that's where we are, 35-15, as we get it going tonight. Here in the second half. They tried the onside as we were away for just a moment. They tried the onside. It did not work. And the Garland Owls, or did it work?
It worked.
Sorry, I was watching the highlights.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of missed a really good onside kick there. It bounced off the front man's face mask.
Like I said, it worked on the onside.
That's right.
And here we go. All right, Nawahi's got it. And he's not going to get much here across midfield. Chase Biddle comes over and takes God's power off of his feet. But they're getting back to the ground game that was so good for them.
That's right. We were watching it earlier. That's when they started to be able to move the ball in ground control and they got those 2 touchdowns basically with this bunch formation of an offense and started running the ball. And they kind of got away from it back into the second quarter. And so it's nice to see them come out here and find that bunch formation to see if they can put something together here to slow down the Owls.
North Garland only had 166 yards of total offense in the first half. They're down 35-15. Lead play on a quarterback sweep. God's Powers in trouble behind the line of scrimmage. Somehow got away. Only loses 2 or 3, but it looked like it was going to be like 8 or 9. Karakamo makes the play. Jeremy Karakamo, middle linebacker.
Yeah, 45 just got through there so fast that, you know, when that happens, that just kind of blows your whole play up.
3rd and 10. Changing the play here, the line of scrimmage. God's Power was only 6 of 11, 58 yards through the air. We'll see if they test the waters here. They will. It's a quick pass. It's going to be a screen, an extension of the run game. Isaiah DeLeon tried to run for 10 after the catch. Caleb Carcamo brought him down. Needed 10, got 6. I would think they might go for it, but I think they're going to bring the punt team out.
Yeah, they got a good block right there. Just, you know, when you get so far behind the chains, it's really hard to pick up 10, 12 yards at a shot.
This would be a good time to run a fake if you've got one.
They're lining up in some kind of crazy formation. We're going to see what happens here.
A double gate. Look at it, punt it away. Nobody back deep to receive. Inside the 20 it rolls. Gonna watermelon its way down inside the 10 here.
It seemed like you had a free shot at just going in there and blocking that punt. I mean,
yeah.
They had just the center. That's all they had over there.
There were 3 linemen that were about 45 yards from each other.
Yeah, I don't know. It worked, but I don't know. I've never seen anything like that on just a straight punt.
So the Owls will take it back over. leading it 35-15. Sergio Perez comes back out. He was 11 of 16 in the first half, 234 yards, threw for 4 touchdowns, bringing his overall touchdown total to 38.
Yeah, they put up 312 total yards, and their running game was pretty good too. It was efficient anyway. It was 78 yards.
Perez on the edge to Powers. Across the 25, another explosive play for the Garland Owls. 21 before Soublé, the cornerback, could get to it.
Yeah, Powers, he had in the first half, he had 2 receptions, 97 yards, and now he's picked up another big chunk. He's over the 100-yard marks in the air, receiving.
Play action to Powers. Again, they'll go to Ellis Rogers, who does it with his feet, trying to shake the first man. Gave ground and got tackled. They're going to give him 3, though. Ivan Garcia wrapped him up. Surprised they gave him those 3.
You can see it here. Everybody's moving to that direction. Get some pretty good blocks right there, but boy, that defense just swarmed them quick. You can't be running backwards. Oh!
Over the middle and off the hands of Jordan Hudson.
He don't miss very many of those. I think he was thinking, hey, I've got some running room here.
Had a shot to run after the catch there. Now 3rd down and 7.
It's almost like a jump pass. Sergio Garcia kind of runs towards their line of scrimmage and just tosses that over the linebackers.
It's going to be tested here.
Now, they had a long break. That was a little over 30-minute break at halftime. I think it rolled about 35 minutes before we kicked the ball off.
Another bunch formation this time wide side. He's going to send Powers out. 4 to the left. Stream. Hudson. A block from Rogers, looking for a first. He's got it. Midfield and out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 14 on the screen.
Well, they just had a great screen set up, and big 78 and 71. Aguilar and Yarez come flying over there and just pancake everybody right there. And springs that thing.
Boy, Jordan Hudson, 27 Division I offers.
That's all, huh?
Yeah, he is he is football savvy. He's going to go to SMU as they again go to Powers in the middle. This time he gets shoved backwards after a gain of 2. But the skill guys for this Owl team are just terrific. Flag coming in, as you see.
Are you happy that he's going to SMU?
I am. I just so these are verbal commits, right, and they're non-binding.
Right.
And so they can always change their mind.
They can change their mind. Depends on how far they go into the playoffs. And if they get way deep into the playoffs, those offers get better and better and better.
What a great point. And you've seen Garland for a long, long time. Where would you put this team now after having seen Garland? And they won the state title in 1999.
It's been a long time.
Personal foul, number 33, threw a punch. Number 33 has been disqualified for the remainder of the contest.
It's been a long time since they've had a quarterback of this caliber. I mean, Sergio Perez is just so deadly accurate and knows the offense so well. And the receivers are so big and strong. And, like you said, their linemen aren't as big as they've had in the past, but the skilled players on this team and the speed and quickness that they've got and the motor on those offensive line makes them, a pretty good team. So I think they're going to be able to go pretty. It depends on, their matchups, but into the playoffs. But man, they are really a talented team.
And they come in. I think tonight they were plus 15 in turnovers. That's just an incredible mark.
Yeah, we thought we would see a little more turnovers tonight. We haven't seen none.
Haven't seen any. 1st and 10 here. In bunch formation. 5 in the formation. Throw it out to Powers. On an island. The first guy doesn't even touch him. Barely the second guy. They drive him out of bounds. That was Gabe Harris that got there. But 12 more. Jay-Sean Powers.
Well, he's starting to pick up a lot of yards just in the air. But this play was set up by Perez because what he does is there was 4 guys down there. He lets all 3 of them just run downfield as far as he can, and he looks like he's going to throw the ball really deep. And he's just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then he just drops it down to Powers to pick up that 12.
From the red zone, here's Powers. A block on the edge by Allen. He's got the goal line. He He's got the touchdown, 18 yards, but a flag came down.
That made it look easy, didn't he?
And it's not like he's going full speed. He's just being patient behind blocks, almost probing down there.
I mean, that's another, Powers is just so good as well. He's such a smart player. You see how they use him all over the field. They spread him out, throw it out there to him. They hand it off to him, let him run up through the tackles, get outside. He's fast. He's all around great player.
Holding, offense number 78. 10 yards from the spot of the infraction. Replay first down.
No touchdown this time for Powers. And they do get the hold. You see it right there in the middle.
Wow, it's just how you're taught as a lineman. You get up underneath those shoulder pads and just drive.
Spot foul, so 1st and 17 from the 25. An RPO. Go out to the edge to Ellis Rogers. Inside the 20, another flag comes out. Referees aren't putting up with much right now. A gain of 10. It's probably going to be coming back. One thing that you don't hear a lot from in terms of Garland, when you talk about keys to the game, they hardly ever talk about turnovers. This Garland team, you realize they haven't fumbled one time all year.
Hey, now, just don't go jinx teams.
Holding,
now.
Offense number 4.
We're
10
gonna
yards from the
blame
spot of
it
the
on
foul.
you if it
To
happens.
replay
I just
first down.
report the facts.
Yeah.
Now, if I were sitting in a dugout or something next to a pitcher, I wouldn't say anything.
Well, they got caught again on the hold. Didn't see much there.
That's only about a 3-yard penalty because it was a spot foul. They only moved him back 3 yards. Still first down, this time 1st and 20. On the ground, a draw. Powers. Look at him make guys miss and keep his balance. Needs one block. Got it from Hudson inside the 5. What a run. 24 yards for Ja'Shawn Powers.
Watch this miss right here. Just a stop and just made the guy miss. Just great running. And then right here, breaks another tackle. Gets a great block right down here at the goal line. One guy to go. I think he was just tired. He might have hurdled him.
1st and goal. Another flag comes in. It's usually going to be an illegal substitution.
You look down there, and Powers has just got his hands on his hips, on his knees. I believe he's a little
Prior
tired.
to the snap, false start. Offense number 50. 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Elia Kalu, the right guard, junior, 6'1", 280. And you see Danny Russell. And regardless of the score, obviously you don't want mistakes like that in the red zone.
Of course, and they've had quite a few of them right here.
Fade. Ellis Rogers. He got it. Touchdown. Garland.
Boy, backside fade. Oh, my goodness. You just don't see that in high school football.
What a play.
One-on-one, back shoulder. Hard to stop when it's thrown like that. You've got a great receiver that can go up and high point it.
Ellis Rogers. What a week he has had. And what a game against Saxe. 9 catches, 151 yards and 2 touches. This was blocked. It can be returned, but it's just fallen on. And no good on the point after 7:18 to go. The Owls 41 and the Raiders 15. As you see Ellis Rogers, again the senior, 6'1", 170, maybe the best route runner on the team. But what a game last week. And he did it mostly with his legs, had 150 yards. As soon as that game was over, Danny Russell goes into the coach's office, makes a call to Prairie View A&M and said, this is the guy you want. You've been talking about this guy, looking at this guy. Hey, you don't want to mess around because this guy is special and he's getting better every week.
Yeah, watch his highlights, right? Oh, man, he's very good. He's so strong. And like we said, he gets open. You can't hardly teach that. You can teach him how to run routes, but it's hard to teach a guy how to get open. And he's got those instincts to be able to do it.
It's a great point. You know, you can. It's hard to really coach that when the ball is there at the point of attack.
Yeah, he uses his shoulders. He uses his hips. He just tricks people. He doesn't. I don't know. He just makes them go the wrong direction, and he's open.
The positioning is so crucial.
Yeah.
And you know, Ellis Rogers, senior. Again, 170, not huge, but you see, he probably uses his body better than any receiver they've got.
You saw right there, he just kind of give a lean shoulder in, make that defender go back with it, and he comes back to the ball on high points. Just beautiful play.
Decent return here for the Raiders. Again, Isaiah DeLeon is a wide receiver, getting them out beyond the 30.
Yeah, I think that was a long break at that halftime, and these guys go in there and they've been playing, they've been hot, they've been sweating, their muscles get tight when you set them out there for 35 minutes, and you can kind of see it. We've been seeing a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties, blocked field goal, onside kick. Things happen when you get really tired, and it's hard to get your body back moving again. You're a little bit slower. Got to get your body back into that. You got to get that Gatorade in you. Offsides right there.
No doubt about it.
Great camera work.
7:12 to go in the third quarter. They'll perhaps make a free kick. But what a night tonight for the Garland Owls. Again, they had 5 first-half possessions, scored on all 5 of them. And they were literally unstoppable in the first half.
It's Sergio Perez. I mean, he just knew where. It's like he was the coach out there.
Yep.
The drill sergeant out there on the field. I mean, he knew where every play was going to go, just like the coach drew it up. He was precise in his throwing. He threw it to almost every receiver. Powers got a bunch of balls. I mean, it's just what a game he's having.
Yeah, Jay-Sean Powers again last week, 114 yards, 18 carries, a touchdown. And look at his totals.
Now he's had 4 receptions, 132 yards, a touchdown, and then on the ground he's had 64. He's putting up huge numbers and a touchdown on the ground.
9 carries for 64 yards. DeLeon here. A seam across midfield and a cutback. Isaiah DeLeon all the way. Touchdown, Raiders.
Boy, that is exactly what they needed. No laundry on the field, straight clean. Well, look at the room.
83 yards on the kickoff return. He had the seam. I think it surprised him that all he had to do was cut it back.
I mean, he didn't have to do much, but just run straight.
Isaiah DeLeon. 83 yards on the kickoff return.
A lot of times, just like we said, when you get a penalty on that kickoff, your guys get tired. I think they were tired coming out of the locker room. They do this kickoff, they get a penalty and make those guys go right back down the field and do it again, and that benefited North Garland.
Alex Lopez on the point after 41-22. The Raiders pulling a little bit closer, down 19 with 6:59 to go in the third on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Well, the half started with an onside kick. I wouldn't put it past the Raiders to try it again. 6:59 to go in the third. They have scored on the kickoff return, 83 yards.
Well, just when you think they're out, they do something like that and get right back in it.
Alex Lopez, there it is. Got the hop, but it wasn't a big hop, and it was pretty much candy. Or Caleb Carcamo. Nice hands.
Well, it worked the first time. Yeah, that's our third onside kick this game.
And they're not afraid to use it. And you know you avoid the big return. Give them a short field, but you avoid the big return. And if you're ever an underdog going into a matchup, the last thing you want to do is to let the special teams, dictate success or failure, even though, hey, they were able to rip off an 83-yard kick return just a moment ago. Sergio Perez, again, 17 of 23, 303 yards. He's completed 74% of his passes tonight. That is right where he was coming in for the year. They make a substitution here.
Yeah,
they're going to line him, and Andy Lopez is going to come in.
Yeah, Sergio Perez was sitting there going, hey, I'm missing a lineman here. Hey, come on out here. By the time they got out there, he had to call a timeout.
Calls the timeout. 41-22. Garland, the Owls have a short field from their own 47. Feels like it's a much bigger disparity, though, than 19.
Well, they got that big touchdown right there as a quick touchdown to put it in there to make it 22. So I mean, you get quick touchdowns like that, you can give your team a chance. And defensively, they're going to have to come out here and make a big stop.
Well, if we see the first one we see will be the first one tonight. They haven't stopped them yet. Literally 6 drives, 6 scores for the Owls. Here's Perez. Flood. Ellis Rogers dropped it. It was a little low, but he had his hands on it.
That's the second one Ellis Rogers dropped right over the middle. I'll be seeing those safeties. He's thinking they're going to hit him right there. Maybe he's looking at the alligator arms. I don't know. We wouldn't want to say that about him because he really catches everything that gets around him. So, but he has missed 2 right there in the middle.
2nd and 10. They're going to go right back to Ellis Rogers. Has a blot. Got tripped up. Thought he was going to have a lot more than that. He got close to 10. They'll give him 9. Joseph Rosales got him by the ankles.
Well, if he didn't, I think Rogers is off to the running. This time he uses all hands right here. Nothing stopping that one. That was a beautiful catch.
Well, he is an athlete. And again, when you have a coach like Danny Russell that cares for you, that loves you, and will do everything for you, well, these players tend to give it their all as they go to the edge. This time, right back to Rogers for the first down.
They said, don't worry about that drop, man. I'm just going to give it right back to you. Hey,
Twice.
Same play, just flip the sides.
First down for the Owls, 6-12 and counting here.
Jordan Hudson sitting out there going, hey, it's about time. It's my turn.
Well, where's mine?
Yeah.
Hudson had 7 grabs last week. Rogers had 9. On the slant, Rogers, he's got speed. Inside the 20. Did it with power there, 24 more.
I guess they're just going to say, hey, this is your turn. We're going to just give you the ball every play and see if they can stop it. This time they go over the middle. He does catch this one and just lays a lick on the safety.
3 in a row after the Rogers drop. They go back to him 3 straight times. First down and 10. Swing pass this time out to Allen. Allen finds the corner. He's inside the 10, picks up 6. Ivan Garcia, the outside linebacker, knocked him out.
That was a nice play. Allen actually comes in motion and then goes right back, kind of does a little swing out right.
2nd and 4 from the 9. Sergio Perez, again tonight with 5 touchdowns, looking for number 6. Going to go to the air.
Oh, he's got time.
Looking. Going to run with it.
Ooh.
Tries to truck him and gets all the way down to the 1. Well, he ran over Rosales.
Oh, my goodness.
And
You
just
don't
trucked
see
him.
that.
No, he just trucked him.
Oh, man. Sergio Perez doesn't run the ball that often. I wouldn't have thought he was going to just take it and just try to run somebody over. I thought he had room to run out of bounds, but he decided, hey, I'm going to take this into the end zone. Just about did.
First down and goal here for the Owls. On a fade. From behind his back, Charles Allen. Does he have it?
Yeah, it's touchdown.
Touchdown! Are you kidding?
Man.
Unbelievable catch. He had no business making that catch.
He said, all I do is make touchdowns.
6 touchdown toss for Sergio Perez. Watch it.
They just tossed it up there. Oh, my goodness. Cut it over the top on his back. Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, you just don't see that very often in high school football, and that team, they're putting it together.
Allen, Hudson, and Rogers. What a trio. This is a botched snap. Botched hold. We got a chance to score here. Let's see what happens. This is Hinton. This will be 2 points for the Raiders. And I don't see any flags.
Well, that's the third. That's really the fourth special teams mishap by the Owls. There was a blocked field goal in the last possession. Now here, they had a kickoff return. And an onside kick, that they botched. So special teams is really they're having a hard time right now in the second half.
I mean, you're picking at nits when your team has scored every time they've had the ball. But yet, hey, you're not only, teams don't just play to win now in the immediacy. You're looking down the road, regardless of what coaches say. You're really trying to put it together, just like you mentioned. And watch this touchdown pass again.
Catch it off his back shoulder.
I mean, how much better can you get? How much tighter coverage can Sublé do? I mean, the only thing he didn't do was look back for the ball, but he really didn't have time.
Yeah, he didn't have time. That ball was thrown just where he couldn't get it, actually. The only person that could is if you were turned and looking at the ball.
That was literally a back shoulder throw.
Back helmet.
Back helmet. Oh, okay. Right off his back.
The middle of his back shoulder.
That was incredible.
Now that was right down there, the student section too, and they were all watching it and went complete crazy. It's a packed house over here on the Owl side.
Here comes Darryl Brown's kickoff. It's going to be returnable, maybe. And it goes out of bounds. And that'll be a penalty. Let's see. Jaden Davis let it go, illegal procedure. So they could make him kick off 5 yards further upfield or take the ball where it goes out of bounds plus 5 yards. That's what they're going to do. 5:03 to go in the third. We're still in the third here. 47-24. Wow, these numbers are, they popular phrase now, the buzzword video game numbers.
Kicking team. 5 yards from the previous spot will re-kick.
Oh, they are going to make them re-kick.
Yeah, because this happened on the last possession, and that's how they scored the touchdown. They kicked it out of bounds. It was a penalty. They made them re-kick, and that's when they returned it for a touchdown. So, hey, let's do it again.
464 total yards now for Garland. 172 for North Garland. Sergio Perez with 347 yards. We've played about 2.5 quarters of the game. 2.5 quarters, and Perez has thrown for 347 yards and
5 touchdowns.
Somehow, South Dakota thinks they're getting this guy.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. The longer you go into the playoffs, the better those offers get. Well, Garland, though, they're going to have to clean up the special teams because they've already given up 9 points on special teams.
Brown this time is going to squib it. Picked up with the 28. Oh, what a hit. I mean, Decorius Taylor got absolutely popped at the 42-yard line. That is a nice hit by Elliott Huss.
Hard one to pick up and take off, too. Whew. He did come in with some power, didn't he?
47-24. North Garland still fighting here. Game's not over. Now we're back to the phone booth here. We got 22 guys within about 3 yards of the ball. This is how it should be. Jaden Davis picking his way. I'm telling you, the first down runs out of this formation, if you go back and look at the tape, they're probably averaging 5 to 7 yards on first down these inside runs.
Yeah, they haven't been able to stop it. North Garland has something going on with those big offensive line, and they just overpower everybody.
Yeah, and Joe Castillo can go back and look at this for the rest of his games, because what you're going to notice is that obviously you've got man coverage there on the edge. That ball dropped, broken up really. Isaiah De Leon knocked away by Aaron King. But that's what you get when you run that formation. You've got man coverage.
I liked how he stepped into that ball right there. Oh.
I said broken up. He did drop it. He had his hands on it. Right now, you've got an injured Raider. And unfortunately, that's going to be God's Power Nawahi. I don't know if he got hit. I didn't see. Maybe we can get another look at it. But that's your quarterback on the ground here.
Yeah, he got rid of the ball. I don't know why anybody would have hit him, because, I mean, it seemed to me like he was able to step into that ball and throw it. Oh, yeah, it was right there. He got hit right in the chest. Let's hope that it's just breath knocked out of him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. Maybe he got his breath knocked out.
He's saying, I got hit in the chin.
Yeah.
I think. Look at him. He's pointing at that chin. So
I think he's going to be okay.
Well, he's been in it. He's running the ball, throwing the ball every time. He's got the ball in his hands the whole game.
But, you know, he along with the other sophomores that they have here with Taylor and Davis, the running back, Todrick Jones, and some of these other players that'll be back next year, some of the juniors, they're going to have a nice stable. I think Joe Castillo, they may be able to develop something here. Get them back
I think
in the
you're
postseason.
right, man. I really do.
The new quarterback is Cameron Porter. And this time it's Mateo Howard carrying the football into Owl territory for a first down.
That's the first time we've seen both of those players.
A little jet sweep.
Yeah, Howard is good. He puts that foot down in there and just takes off upfield.
I like that call because obviously without your quarterback, you're expecting a wildcat or something of that nature. And now they get Nawahi back in the game. He's going to be, not only is he going to be okay, he's back in there the very next play. Nice to see that.
Line up with that bunch formation again.
Little double wing, a wham play to Davis. Look at those holes. Those holes are big. And again, a first down carry of 6 yards. Washington, the safety, got him.
Anthony Livesey again, sophomore. Big lineman in there, just making big plays.
Matthew Gonzalez down there. And Lyman, Hernandez. Double wing set. They stay in it. God's Power.
Throw it.
It's got time. Again, man coverage going deep. And he goes incomplete. Again, it was Taylor running up the sideline. Aaron King's been busy at that cornerback spot.
Yeah, but he had shut down right there. I mean, it was an out and up play. Receiver just goes about 4 yards out. Thinks he's going to get that pump fake right there, but he was really good coverage. I mean, look at it. He's just looking straight at him. Waited till he looked, then he turned. And that was shut down.
3rd and 4. You would think this would be 4 down territory. Still 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the 3rd. And Davis did not have a hole this time. They were expecting it, clogged it up. Well, as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, he slowed up.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of black jerseys. They just won that battle this time. It's been fun watching that battle in there. I mean, those linemen, they're hitting every single play.
New personnel coming into the game here. You see Jalen Soublé, who is a cornerback on this team, but you still have Davis out there, along with Taylor, wide receiver. Mateo Howard still out there. Justin Hinton, wide receiver. And Coach Castillo going to call a timeout.
Timeout, North Garland.
4th and 4, 2:28 to go in the quarter. Back in a moment on GRS TV. Third quarter, the Owls with a 47-24 advantage. The dashing Debs. North Garland would like to dash for 4 here to move the sticks. 4th and 4. God's power, Nawahi on the edge. Wanted him to go out for a pass and didn't. He's in jail, and it's a turnover on downs. Looked like he was trying to direct the tight end to get out there and.
Yeah, he had the block for a while, and then all he has to do is release. And God's power could just toss it over his head for a big play right there. Watch, right here, see, okay, go. And he's wanting number 14 to just go downfield just a little bit. He would just tossed it over his head, and they would have had a first down.
Yeah, that was Justin Hinton, who only had 6 catches coming in. He's not really used to being put in that position. So a turnover on downs. Garland will take over. 2:18 to go. And yeah, they're kind of like the Warren Moon Houston Oilers. They don't know how to shorten a game.
Who's Warren Moon? And who's the Houston Oilers?
Hey, when I see Frank Reich for the Colts, that's who I think of every time I see him. That rascal.
You are right.
So Garland takes over from the 42.
Uh-oh.
Oh, inside screen. This is Hudson. Look at that speed. Prancing at the 40. What a move. Flag came in late. He got 17 on it.
Yeah, he's kind of prancing around with Evan Garcia. I'm not sure. The flag comes in as he's kind of taunting, I guess. Maybe that's what they're going to call. I'm not sure.
I didn't see that. I'm surely it won't be that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I mean, you could stiff arm to the face.
That official just indicated face mask, maybe. I didn't see that though.
That's stiff arm. They don't usually call that on the offensive player.
This is Guy Redfern, our head official, out of the Dallas chapter. The field judge is going to come over again. Thought he was the gentleman that indicated face mask, I thought.
So they are going to give it to the. I didn't see it.
Personal foul, face mask, number 9 in the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
I didn't see it. I saw the stiff arm to the face, but let's see right here.
Yeah, he did. He had just a little bit, yeah. Sometimes they get away with it, though. Didn't this time. Here's King, backup running back. Keontae King to the 22. Jonathan Dang with a tackle.
It's a good job right there. Just hold on. Wait for everybody to come help.
2nd and 8 for Garland. Again, they have scored every possession. I don't think I've ever seen a football game where a team scored literally every possession. May see it here. Ellis Rogers inside the 10. Pulled down and a gain of 14.
He sits in that slot, just releases about 3 yards, and then just slants across right over the linebackers. Sergio Perez puts it right on the money. It looks pretty effortless. It just kind of just tosses it.
He's got time. And when he's been pressured, it's really thrown him out of rhythm at times tonight. But those have been few and far between. A jet sweep to Allen. Looking for a block, doesn't need it. Turns the corner himself. Has the end zone. Now they marked him out at the 1.
Oh. He's coming in motion and just hands it right to him. Gets a good lead block right there by King. Reach over. Well, that's a fun camera work right there.
Coming right into your living room there. 1:07 to play from the 1.
It's a Lakeview Centennial student with that camera.
Sergio Perez thought about throwing it. He's going to reverse it. Over the middle, caught, touchdown. Unbelievable. Charles Allen improvising and brings it down.
I mean, they have him right here. It's like, I don't know. How does he get away from there, find it, keep his eyes down the field, and throw a strike to Allen?
7th touchdown pass of the night for Sergio Perez. 41 for the year.
I don't see how he's not going to be top dog on the stat sheet at the end of this week. There's just, he's already put up 360 yards and 6 touchdowns.
54-24. Back in a moment on GRS TV.
The Garland ISD Education Foundation provides resources to support and enrich education for all students in the Garland Independent School District. Every dollar donated helps fund innovative teaching and learning initiatives. Choose today to impact a better tomorrow. For more information and to learn how you can give, visit gisdedfoundation.org.
There he is, Sergio Perez, with touchdown number 7 of the game.
Yeah, he just makes it look so easy.
How many quarterbacks around high school, now think about this, how many quarterbacks in high school right now, we're in week 7, don't have 7 touchdown passes for the year? I mean, it's a bigger percentage than you think.
It is. It's a lot. You know, a lot of times in high school you'll see quarterbacks that are dual threats that'll come away with a couple of touchdowns in the air, and maybe 3 touchdowns on the ground. They get 5, but man, he's just tossing it all over the place with confidence.
He's got 7 tonight and 41 for the year. Middle here for Taylor. Decent return. To the 35-yard line. 51 seconds to go in the third. North Garland will do everything they can to try to keep the ball out of Sergio Perez's hands. They have scored literally every time they've had the ball tonight.
It's been a beautiful thing to watch.
Well, if you're on this side, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's nice to see, you know, precision. They're spreading it out, and they're able to run it. Jayshawn Powers is having a great night.
God's Power Nawahi, 7 of 14, just 64 yards through the air. He's run for 74. We're in a power position here. Play action on a wham play. Looks like they're setting up a screen. He took a deep drop. Nobody's open downfield. He just has to toss it into the bench.
Yeah, he just had no one. They only had 3 receivers en route, and 2 of them were on the other side of the field. They were on the other side.
Look how deep this drop is.
Yeah, he was wanting to go right there underneath, and that thing was covered up. That was his own route. You see Big Brown's the one that's chasing him down. I think I'd throw it away as well.
Yeah, Jonathan Brown, remember, best game really this year was against Saxe, where he had the 12 stops. Why was it his best game, and why was it his most impressive? Because it was against the best team they had played.
I tell you, that was a good team. He was just dominant that game, and he is dominant now. He's just getting double teamed. You see him right now. There's 2 guys on him, 58 and 51.
Yeah, there was big pressure from Williams, and somehow Nawahi found Hinton close to a first down. Christian Cooper was there in coverage, but he had a little separation.
Watch all this double teaming right here. Oh. Beautiful throw. Where's that been?
No kidding. Had good separation that time by Hinton. And Hinton, I remember, it only come in with 6 grabs. The leading receiver on this team was De Leon with 18 catches coming in. Mateo Howard had 17. And you compare that with the unbelievable numbers of the Garland wide receivers. This time Jaden Davis, he turned his back in the backfield, bracing for the hit. And it was a big one there by Washington from his safety spot.
He just didn't have much room. Look at that. It was kind of a blitz from Washington coming up from that safety spot. He just let everybody get tied up, and then he just filled the gap.
Third quarter is in the books here at Williams Stadium in Garland. The Owls on their way to 8-0 with a 54-24 lead on GRS TV.
In Garland ISD, we're providing a higher level of education. Our students not only choose their own path to success, but arrive there faster. We're eliminating thousands of dollars in college tuition costs with our P-Tech and early college high school programs. Students can graduate with as many as 60 college credit hours, an associate's degree, or an industry certification, all for free, and all from the comfort of a traditional high school. By teaming up with area colleges and industry partners like Microsoft, Google, Parkland Hospital, Wells Fargo, and Gulf States Toyota, our students are gaining real work experience and real college credit. So be inspired, be amazing, be whoever you want to be. Choose Garland ISD.
Halloween about a week away here in North Texas. Almost a full moon, a little waning gibbous action here at Williams Stadium.
Beautiful night too. I mean, it's not too cold outside. It's almost perfect weather.
Perfect night for offense as far as the Owls are concerned.
It's like it's sitting over the field watching the game.
4th and 6. And Nawahi and company will go ahead and punt this thing away. Garland's not buying it. They have nobody deep to return this kick. And let this thing roll. You know, some might think that Garland's just padding their stats, letting that thing roll. Give them a longer field.
Yeah, get a longer field so they can, drive it all the way down and put more yards on there. But look, he's coming back out on the field. I would have thought at this point in the game maybe you would, keep guys from getting hurt. Start switching guys in and out. They're bringing out their starting crew.
They are, and again. Every drive tonight, they had 5 in the first half, 3 this half, 8 drives, 8 scores for the Garland Owls. It's been amazing. Sergio Perez tonight, 7 touchdowns, that's all. Streen, Powers, using his strength to get another 2 after the catch. Ivan Garcia holding on. He's had a good night. He's got 5 tackles.
To say, you're right. I mean, Garcia's been everywhere. He's been going from sideline to sideline and having to tackle up in the middle. I mean, every time you turn around, you see number 9 chasing somebody down.
Skilled players for this Garland team are something to behold. And you and I were talking during the break how much fun it is to, if you're a wide receiver, to play for an offense like this. This time Ellis Rogers with a little dropsy there around the 18-yard line. Yeah,
a lot of times you just don't have a quarterback to throw you the ball. You got all these athletes and they can never, put stats up like this group is doing. Hudson and Rogers, Allen King, Powers. I mean, they all get these passes.
And in an open district like this, that's why the success is so important, and really the job of a coach is never finished. Aaron King needed 3 on this 3rd down play to move the sticks. A flag comes in late. Ivan Garcia tried to hold him from the line to gain, but I think the line judge put his foot down on the 19-yard line, which would be a first, but we'll check out the penalty.
I tell you, Alan Garcia, he's going to be tired tonight. He's going to go home and want to go to bed. He's been in almost every tackle. It's been like a car wreck. His body's going to be super sore.
Both his brothers actually played for North Garland and for Coach Castillo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His brother Lalo, a defensive end at Sol Ross right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 32, 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
How about that? Well, if it wasn't a first down on the play, it will be here. And Joe Castillo kind of pleading his case to Jerry Gosser, the head linesman.
They haven't had very many penalties. They've only had 4 penalties, 50 yards, so they've played a pretty clean game.
But yeah, Ivan Garcia It was a long shot for him to do what his brothers did for this program, but they think he's probably done it. How about this RPO to Allen? Great toss by Perez, and he held that mesh point. They pick up 12 more on the throw and catch.
He's just sitting in that slot. He just crosses over the middle. They get everybody going one direction, then they kind of throw it back the other way.
This time the RPO is kept on the ground and powered inside the 30. Inside the 15, still moving. Keontae King on the run. And we've got a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, what power running right there. He's like he has fresh legs.
I like how he switches hands with the ball there.
Yeah, that was nice, right? As if ever gets hit, roll right out of bounds.
Still got a lot of time here. I think Garland may get the ball another time or two after this drive if they put up a score here.
There's a lot of discussion of what's going on. I'm not sure where the ball's going to be placed.
Illegal substitution. Number 22 of the defense. That penalty's been refused. Result of the play is the first down.
Second penalty against the Raiders here on this drive, and it puts the ball at the 7. Will Perez go for touchdown toss number 8? He's got 7 already tonight.
There's a lot of receivers he could go to.
Fade. Corner. Hudson.
Did
Got
he get
it. Touchdown. Number 8.
Now that's a dominant catch because that was great coverage by number 14. I thought Justin Hinton had the ball. He's showing how he did it. He just took it away is what he's saying. He did. He just took it away.
Hudson comes up with a touchdown reception. Well, it's about time. We hadn't seen him since the first half, and he had 2 catches in the end zone. PAT is on the way, and it is good. 61-24 on GRS TV. What a night to be a Garland Owl on homecoming, putting on an offensive showcase tonight in front of the home crowd to the tune of 573 yards. Sergio Perez over 400 yards passing. He's got 8 touchdown tosses. And what a night for the wide receivers. Look at Ellis Rogers, 10 catches. Hudson's got 6 grabs, 3 scores. Jay-Sean Powers, 5 catches. He's a running back with 5 catches and a touchdown. Charles Allen's got 6 grabs and 2 touchdowns tonight. Aaron King with a touchdown pass. This is like an arena game.
Yeah,
every
guy's got a touchdown.
I mean, the passing has just been stellar. And again, it goes back to the protection. He's been protected all night.
Yeah, it's been really good offensive line work. And, you know, next week they got Rowlett. Garland does, so we'll see. You know Rowlett's watching this game.
Yes, Isaiah De Leon this time ends up getting taken down by Carcamo. Special teams tackle. They're jumping around. There's no way they could do 61 push-ups. They got to go to the jumping jacks.
Yeah, they're going to jumping jacks. We'll do that now, man. Their arms are tired. They're the ones that are going to be sore tomorrow.
And Guy Redford's crews decided, well, I think we'll start throwing flags on like every other play in the fourth quarter of a 61-24 game. Somebody might have been tossed if they're going to the notebook.
Yeah, there they go. They're like, oh man, I can't do any more push-ups. My arms are
get your arms
are noodles
over your head. No, start again.
Dead ball, sportsmanlike conduct. Number 33 on offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 14. Those will offset. That's first for both players. Second UNS will result in the ejection.
Somebody hit the Randy Galloway sounder. Are you sure about that?
There you go. Randy Galloway. Who is Randy Galloway?
Oh, wait. Surely you've heard that.
Oh, I've heard it, yes.
You're dating myself with
You're
these
making
references?
us feel old, though.
Oh, come on.
Randy Galloway, he retired like 7 or 8 years ago.
Taylor on the connection. The Oilers went defunct in 96. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Oh, these good old references.
Hey, but everybody remembers how the Oilers couldn't run the ball, and that's why they lost to the Bills in that playoff comeback in the early 90s.
What were they down? Weren't they up like 50 points at half?
35-3, I think it was the score.
Yeah, at halftime or something.
Yeah. Couldn't hold on to the lead. So they keep it on the ground here. Ortiz getting the call. Daniel Ortiz, who had 5 carries coming in. Caleb Carcamo with the stop out of about 5. 3rd down and short now. Homecoming night. Still 9 minutes to go in the game. 61-24. Garland has scored every single time they've had the football tonight. A new quarterback in the ball game here, and they flip it out into the flat to Howard. Mateo Howard needs the 30. He's got it. He's got a first down, able to turn the corner. He got dragged down by the back of his shoulder pads. Might have been a horse collar.
Definitely was a horse collar.
Don't see a flag, though. Reynolds is the guy that grabbed him, but they pick up 13. Nice run by Howard.
That's the second time we've seen that quarterback come in. He did well, and he got it to number 1, Howard, that time, and he does it again. Now you got to get it to these these players that got some speed.
Quarterback Porter, Cameron Porter, senior, 5'11", 180. Getting some time here. Remember Godspeed Nawahi injured earlier in the game. He was able to come back in the ball game. Finished with 74 yards rushing. On the ground here to Ortiz. He's close to midfield. Picks up 8.
That's a good time to get other guys in. I mean, you haven't had much success. Might as well let some other guys play and see what they can do.
Jaden Davis, the number 1 running back, carried it 13 times tonight, 41 yards, about 3 yards per carry. Taylor had that fly sweep for 17, and so did Mateo Howard, who had the 8 yards in that fly sweep. 2 more weeks, and then the postseason starts. 2nd down and 2. Man coverage. De Leon caught it. And is he in bounds? Yes, he is. Nice catch. 22 on the connection.
Yeah, nice throw as well. I mean, that's setting in the pocket, finding your guy. They haven't been able to do that all night. You get a new quarterback come in there and it makes 2 really nice tosses.
Really did. That was a nice play, too, there by Isaiah De Leon. By far his best catch of the game.
He got that foot in.
Yes, he did. This time Cameron going to keep it here. Cameron Porter.
He's moving the chains.
RPO. Yeah, he got 9 more there before Carcamo makes his 2nd stop of the half. Jeremy and Caleb Carcamo. And with 7:11 to go, Garland moving here.
Yeah, it's just a different look. You know, the different offense. Got to go with the spread offense when he's in.
Swing it out left through the hands of his intended target, Howard.
Well, that was a pretty pass. It went right there on the money. He had some room to run if he catches that one. Ball got out there pretty quick. Zipped it out there, right there on the money. See, he had some room. He would have got that first down for sure.
Now, Porter doesn't see a lot of time, but I really like the way he's operating here. I like the way he's managing the game. Looks very confident, especially for a guy that doesn't start. 3rd down and 1. Keep it on the ground to Ortiz, and the ball might have come out. I think he fumbled the ball. He did, and Garland's got it. Recovery in there by Duntrell Williamson.
Yeah, it just didn't look like the handoff went well. I don't know. It might have been an RPO. Didn't know which one was going to keep the ball. But a lot of times that happens when you don't get a lot of playing time. I'm not sure how that running back feels and if he's going to pull the ball or the quarterback's going to pull it or running back's going to keep it. And sometimes that RPO lands on the ground.
Sergio Perez going to keep it on the ground here. And not a whole lot this time. 4, maybe 5.
It's interesting that he's in the game.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want him to get hurt. Game's out of hand now. And if he does need to take a break, you seem like you'd want another quarterback to feel confident in there. Get some playing time.
Well, they can't not score. They've scored all 9 times they've had the ball. They can't not score. They've got a reputation to uphold here. This will absolutely be a record. If they score every drive, there has to be. King across the 25, close to a first. And he's a yard short. Efosa Osas with the tackle. Hey, a big 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do here. Sergio's going to swing it, or is he just going to hand it off to pick up this first?
On the ground, straight ahead, a 1st down and then some. Powers breaks it out, look out. Down to the 33-yard line. What a run. Justin Hinton tracked him down. Keontae King, I should say, on the carry.
Well, he's looking good. Man,
is he looking good.
Yeah, it's 2 big runs in a row for him. He's doing it too. He's just dancing a little bit, finding that gap. And then when he gets outside, I mean, he's fast.
Fast, hard to tackle, finishes runs. There's a lot of good stuff. Has a low center of gravity.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. He's thick. He's 185 pounds, but he looks thicker than that. I mean, his back, his legs, no telling how much that kid can squat.
1st down, counter. King, a big hole. 3rd level again. 13 more to the 20.
Big guys pulling, blocking. Oh, nice shield block right there by number 75. Pecan.
Drive started from their own 18. About a 50-yard run for King a moment ago, and then the 10-yarder. They're going to let some clock run here. They don't want to score and then have to get it back later.
Oh, no.
King, a cutback. Close to the 10. 9 more. Keontae King, and you've got an injured Raider down there.
You see it right here. He comes through there and see number 32 coming across and just got his leg.
Villafuerte with the injury here. Santos Villafuerte, senior, 5'8", 150. Take a break and we will continue. Got an injury timeout. 3:51 to go in the 4th. 61-24 Owls on GRS TV.
We are all connected to something bigger than ourselves. Change one thing, change everything. The things we do today have an extraordinary impact on a child's future. A better child, a better world. GISD has a ripple effect on our community. Every lesson can positively affect our future leaders. We are Garland ISD, impacting lives, changing futures. It's what we call the GISD effect.
Now the senior Villafuerte having to be helped off here. Santos Villafuerte, senior 5'8", 150. Medical staff helping him out here. And we're just glad that he's up.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad. He come across and everybody falls down on his leg sideways, and just glad he's able to get up and get off the field like that. Hope the best for him. We haven't seen any injuries tonight.
No.
Outside of that, been a pretty clean game.
It's been a very clean game for the Garland Owls, and the latest numbers we've got. They've only racked up 589 yards tonight. That's it. They averaged 507. They're not finished, but they might be calling a timeout. The offense comes over to the sideline here. Play clock is down to 2, and they'll call a timeout.
Okay.
Kind of odd after the injury.
Timeout, Garland.
So the Garland Owls burning the timeout. They'll have 2 left. They've got a 61-24 lead. But again, Bobby, this Garland team looks poised for a playoff run. And we're not just talking about maybe a game. We're talking about maybe a Thanksgiving type playoff run and beyond, maybe. Who knows?
It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It would be fun.
A lot of fun if you get a team from Garland and that goes deep into the playoffs. That'd be a lot of fun. And I tell you right there, Danny Russell, he's got this team and his coaching staff supporting these kids. You see them, they're smiling right there. You see Hudson over there just talking with the coaching staff. I mean, they're having a good time. And a lot of times, you know, these kids get intimidated. By this time of the year, they really losing interest in football, and by the time the real season starts in playoffs, they've completely lost interest. But
yes,
you can see this team is really having a good time out there, and it's good to see it.
Coach Russell in his 6th year here at Garland in this stint, coaching at Wichita Falls. 2nd and short. This is Keontae King needing the 10 to move the sticks. He's got it down to the 9. Picks up 2 as we roll at 3:02 right now. And again, they're 9 for 9. The score here, 10 drives, 10 touchdowns.
I think they're going to try to keep this thing on the ground. What do you think?
Well, somebody let them know that this streak is on the line here. They can't just hand that thing straight ahead every time. We want to see that. We want to see a little razzle dazzle.
Well, I tell you, the stands are completely full out there still with the student body of the Owls, and I think they want another one as well.
Sergio Perez has thrown for over 400 yards. He's got 8 throwing touchdowns tonight. 1st and goal from the 9, and he's going to take a knee. How about that? I mean, it's not shocking because they're up so much, but listen, what a game tonight for the Garland Owls. They essentially score every single drive, and they're just going to put it to the knee here. But Sergio Perez, 29 of 37, 78% completion percentage, 414 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's so accurate, and that's what's so hard to cover, you know, to play against a guy like that, is when he can give it to every guy on the team. His running back is over 200 yards. All of his receivers catch passes and touchdowns, and it's hard to cover. In high school football, you've got a couple of guys that can really, really play, but on this team, you've got to have 4 or 5 guys that can really cover these receivers. Because,
it's hard to do.
Yeah, because he spreads it out to everybody, and he's deadly accurate.
Well, look at the numbers tonight. Ellis Rogers, for the 2nd straight week, leads them in receiving. Ellis Rogers with 10 grabs, 107 yards. He had 9 last week against Saxe. A touchdown for Rogers tonight. 2 straight 100-yard receiving games for Rogers. Jordan Hudson had 6 grabs, 3 touchdown tosses, 127 yards receiving. Jay-Sean Powers, the running back, caught 5 balls, 139 receiving yards for Powers tonight. 139 receiving and 64 on the ground. Seemed like more than that, but what a game for Jay-Sean Powers, the all-purpose
right at 200 yards.
Right at 200 yards. And Allen caught 6 balls, 2 touchdowns, 30 yards of receiving. Aaron King, a touchdown reception with 2 grabs tonight total. It was an offensive display tonight. They were a little bit worried about a let-up game, a trap game. Boy, they came out. All they did was score every drive.
Every drive and every player and in every aspect. Now, you know, you can as a coach, you can look back and say, hey, we've got to fix our special teams, because if you don't fix that special teams play, that could cost you. They had a kickoff return for a touchdown against them. They had an onside kick they lost. They had a blocked field goal that turned into 2 points. So they have some work to do as well. But a pretty good game by the Owls, I'd say.
Yeah, I think a pretty good game by the Owls. 653 total yards to 274 for North Garland. The Owls have improved to 8-0. They're 5-0 in district play. They are absolutely in the driver's seat. Naaman Forest in second place right now, 4-1. Saxe 3-1 in third place. Wiley at 2-2. Those are your playoff teams right now if the season were to end. But the Garland Owls have just been dominating the last 2 weeks. 61-24 winners tonight over North Garland, a team that falls to 1-4 in district competition, 4-4 overall this year. And homecoming has been successful for Danny Russell and the Garland Owls here at Williams Stadium. What a game tonight. The offense was unstoppable, literally, for the Owls. Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We thank Delbert Richardson and the entire crew for Bobby George and all of us tonight. Again, once again, the final score, 61-24. Thomas Hart, thanks so much for your help up in the booth. My name is Scott Garner. Until next time, good evening, everyone, from Williams Stadium. Good night, and God bless.